45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 398. Today is Wednesday, May 15th, 2025. 2024. We're not 25 yet. As always, I'm your host, D-Rock. And joining me, as always, is our NBA guru, my partner in crime, Elvis Acosta. E, how you doing today, kid?
Dill, I'm doing great. You know, first real light day on the new job, so that was lovely. You know, we had exciting basketball last night. Let's get into it, Dill.
Yeah, we had a really good night of basketball games, you know, a lot closer than I think a lot of people anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Wednesday slate in the NBA. We got 2 games going Thursday, no lines yet, but we'll be sure to preview it real quick. We got a 15 MLB slate as well, and some NFL news to talk about as well. But Elvis, let's start with those 2 games on Monday night. Boston Celtics, they take a 3-1 series, but we were right, man. Taking the 8.5. I mean, it was close, I think, for most of the game. And then in the second quarter, it kind of took over. A little too much Tatum, a little too much Jaylen Brown. They take a 3-game series going back to Boston. You know, Darius Garland showed up. He did everything he could. He gave him a 30 clip, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Evan Mobley had a good game offensively as well. Chris LeVert was into the starting lineup because Donovan Mitchell was out with a hamstring injury. Max Strus, he had a good first half, but after that, he kind of slowed down. He was in foul trouble. But overall, I thought they were competitive for the most part, especially without their best player. What'd you think of the Cavs?
You gotta give Cavs credit, though. To me, they came out, you know, they fought, you know, without their big dog, Donovan Mitchell, being in the lineup, you know, being a late scratch, like an hour before the game, I think, even around that time. The fact that, you know, you had, I'm not gonna say on the ropes, but you know, you gave, you know, the Celtics way more than they were asking for in this game. Better game than I anticipated without Donovan Mitchell. This is what I've been asking for Darius Garland to do alongside with Donovan Mitchell, giving you 30 a night. Dill, this is the type of production we need for him night in and night out. He's capable of giving you 30 points a game, 25 plus. Dill, I don't know why. Previous of these games, he's averaging like 14 to 18 points a game. That's just unacceptable come playoff time, especially against the best team in the best record at all in the NBA in the Boston Celtics. So I'm glad that Darius Garland had this type of performance. It sucks that happened in a loss. I'm not gonna guarantee, but if Mitchell was able to play last night, they most likely win this game. If Darius Garland gives you this type of performance, so great game from Darius Garland. Like you said, Matt Strus, he had a tremendous first half, 5 from 9 from 3. You know, basically all his field goals came in the first half, but he had a great Chris LeVert. You know what he's capable of doing. I understand he's come off the bench, but he could easily be a starter. And I'm gonna say over 15 teams in the league, probably a little more. But you know, give credit to the Boston Celtics. I feel like Pritchard came off the bench, was pretty damn good. Derek Wright's been off 2 straight games. I'm kind of worried, not too worried about it, but he was playing at such a high level, games 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, he's kind of been falling off. So gotta see what's up with Derek White. I think he'll bounce back. You know, Holiday, another great game, 4 from 8 from 3. Drew Holiday's hitting key threes. That's another thing. Every time the game was close, like, you know, 2 or 3.4 point game, he'll hit a 3, send it back to, you know, 5, 6, 7. So I just feel like he hit timely shots, you know, and then, you know, in the big dogs, Tatum and Brown, you know, just Tatum closing the deal, Brown, Tatum with 11 boards. You know, he's averaging over 10 rebounds throughout this playoff run. I think people got to start giving him his credit for being a little more aggressive. For, you know, not saying he didn't, but he got his weight up, Dill. You know, so he's being a little more aggressive on the boards, and I appreciate that from Jason Tatum, knowing that your big dog Porzingis is not on the floor. So, you know, give credit for the Cavaliers for, you know, in a moral loss. You know, they were impressive without their big dog, but at the end of the Celtics are just they're the true big dog. So give the Celtics credit, and you know, not sweeping, but you know, winning 2 straight on the road. Let's see if Donovan Mitchell returns, could win Game 5 like they did Game 2.
Yeah, I will say, well, I want to correct myself. I said it was a hamstring injury. It was actually a left calf strain. It was the same leg, but yeah, and Garland, he had 20 or he had 30 points without scoring a single point in the first quarter. Too, he only shot 1 for 8 from three, and I think the biggest takeaway for me
4 for
was
13, which is to me
4 for 13. I'm looking at
about
Chris
the same.
Levert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
Chris
of them.
Levert. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
My issue also is they didn't get to the line all that much. You expect the home team to get to the line, maybe get a few favorable calls. We've seen it. You get the home court advantage, only to the line 7 times as opposed to the Boston Celtics, who were 21 of 24 from the line. I mean, they got to the line all night. And they only won by 7. That's my issue. If they get to the line a few more times, I think they would be live in this game. We took the +8.5. I think that was spot on, but they need better offensive production from Orko. He was 1 from 8 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3.
They
Crystal
missing
Vert.
Jared Allen though. They
Oh,
missing Jared Allen.
100%. I mean, he has that rib contusion. I don't know if he's gonna make a return. But yeah, they need some help. The bench, they really didn't get too much help from the bench. Merle, he had a couple threes, but outside of that, they really weren't able to do anything. And Peyton Pritchard had a good game off the bench as well. And Drew Holiday, you mentioned him. He finally had a good game offensively, but I felt like both sides of the court defensively, he was playing really well too. So yeah, all around good performance. Did you see the GOAT courtside?
Yeah, a lot of
standing ovation.
They're making it a big fuss, in the media.
He might return now to the land.
They're saying, "Oh, he's plotting. He's scheming. He's playing chess. This is a chess move against the Lakers. It's a sign he wants to play with Donovan Mitchell." Bro, he's just home for Mother's Day. He was like, "Why not go to the game?" He probably got the tickets for free.
Yeah, honestly.
So I wouldn't make too big of it, but shout out for Braun for being at the game.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'm not making too much of it. It's fun to talk about, but I do think it might be a power move to try to maybe force the Lakers' hand just a tad. He knows what he's doing. LeBron, give him a better contract, another 2 years. Go draft my son.
Lakers are the only. LeBron is about this money, Dill. Lakers
exactly get a new contract.
Offer him a supermax. They can offer him the highest money. So why would he leave arguably his best situation to possibly
It's just to put it out there. Just to put it out there. Just to put it out there. Oh, you're sitting courtside, huh? Okay, you're back home. You get people like us talking about it. That's what he wanted. He wanted to stir the pot.
Home cooking. Ooh,
that wine. Come on, there's nothing he can't. He won a championship in that arena. He get those tickets for free. But I thought it was funny. But yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I thought it was a chess move though from LeBron. He knows what he's doing. But the second game of the night was the best game, I thought. OKC, they stretch away in the fourth quarter, scoring 35 points in the fourth quarter, led by SGA, 34 points. Chet Holmgren finally showed up, had a good game as well. Luke Dort had a good game, 6 for 6 at the free throw line. They get just enough. Poor performance, kid, by Kyrie. I mean, only 9 points, 4 for 11 from the field. PJ Washington had another good game. I didn't expect that. Luka had another triple-double, 18, 12, and 10, but just not enough. And, they kind of blew it. I think they had the lead every quarter. And then in the second quarter, they just came out flat at home. I just really didn't expect that. But a big win for OKC to tie the series going back home now.
Yeah, Del, you got to give OKC credit for weathering the storm, Del. When the Dallas Mavericks went up 20-8, I was like, all right, we're going to see what the Pacers did to the Knicks the other night. It's just going to be a, blowout throughout the whole game. Or even what Denver did to Timberwolves in Game 4. But Del, on the road, able to come back and just, basically win the game from, the second quarter on. I understand they lost the second quarter by 1 point, but third quarter, they won by 7. Fourth quarter, they won by 8. That's just impressive to me that a young team be winning these quarters on the road. Dallas Mavericks, like you said, Luka, poor performance. Kyrie, poor performance. The fact that PJ Washington, give PJ Washington his credit as well. Two huge games in Dallas. You know, he had what,
Yeah.
27 game 3, 21 game 4. So he's showing up. But the fact that he's your leading scorer, that's an issue. No disrespect to PJ Washington, but if you giving me 40, you're the leading scorer, understandable. You giving me 21, you're the leading scorer, that's a problem. So Kyrie Irving, to me, he has to be a little more aggressive. I understand you're playing high level defense. I understand that, Kyrie, and I appreciate those things. But nobody ever said before when you was giving us 30 a night that you was a defensive liability. Nobody ever said that, my boy. So I need Kyrie to be a little more aggressive moving forward. Luka Doncic, that we know he's dealing with some type of knee injury. We don't know the specifics of it. Who knows? Who knows? But he ever since game 5, 6 of the Clippers series, he hasn't looked the same. What would I have told you if Luka's gonna go 6 for 20
I
from
wouldn't
the
believe
field?
you.
You wouldn't believe me. You
Yeah.
know, 2 for 9 for 3. I understand he still give you a triple double, but I'm not gonna say we got spoiled with Luka, but the fact that Luka gave you a triple double and we saying this is a bad performance is laughable. But Luka
Yeah.
got to play better still. So Kyrie has to be a little more aggressive offensively. We, just take it down a little bit defensively. Be a little more aggressively. 11 shots, even if you miss, Kyrie got to put up at least 20 shots a game, at least at the bare minimum. So give OKC credit. Chet Holmgren had a huge game to me. The Williamses, both of them showed up and they shy. What more can I say about Shy? I told you, to me, he should have won the MVP award. He's just doing everything he was doing in the regular season, but doing it a little at a higher level in the postseason. And he's to be honest, still he's playing like the best player on the world in my opinion right now. So give credit for the Thunder for not folding, fighting adversity, and sneaking out a win on the road. Now it's 2-2.
Yeah. After 2 cold games from Brunson and Anthony Edwards, I would say SGA is the more consistent best player in the playoffs right now. So I would, yeah, so far, yeah,
most consistent.
yeah, I would agree with that. And I hate to sound like the old man in the room, but it really comes down to free throws, kid. No, seriously,
no, you're right.
It does.
Real quick,
23 for 24. Yeah, go.
No, I just wanted to say, I forgot to say it. You're not going to be able to win a series, especially second round and on, if you're shooting 64% from the free throw line. The Dallas Mavericks are shooting 64% from the free throw line in this series. That's just unacceptable.
And yesterday they shot 52% from the line. They were 12 for 23 while OKC was 23 of 24. That's a great team. They hit and what? How many points did you lose by? 4. You hit 7 of them. You wouldn't even be in this position.
75%. You win the game.
Everyone's half. Kyrie half. Gandalf half. Derrick Jones Jr. half. PJ Washington half. Everybody just missing free throws. They're not, I don't want to say they're gimme points, but you have to hit them at home. You're not going to win in the second round of the playoffs. Every team is good. They're elite at this level. You're not going to win a playoff game shooting 52% from the field. They shot better from the 3-point line. They shot 34% from 3, which I think is very good. They shot 40% from the field, which was better than OKC as well. But the difference, and I sound like a rec coach saying, you got to hit your free throws, but it's as simple as that. I feel like I don't even necessarily think, Kyrie had that bad of a game. It's just hit your fucking free throws and we wouldn't even be in this position. Now, 4 for 11. I don't expect Kyrie to have that bad of a performance again, but I think Kyrie needs to step it up. Everybody in the starting lineup was in double figures besides Kyrie. Now, if I asked you that, you'd be like, nah, not Kyrie. The second best player on the team, arguably a top 10 player in the league. It's like you expect more from your superstars. And I feel like in order for Dallas to win in advance, Kyrie needs to step up. Is that fair?
Absolutely, Dill. I think, like I said, I think Kyrie needs to close out the series. If Dallas Mavericks wants to advance to the Western Conference Finals, Kyrie Irving needs to average 25 plus points a game. So if the Dallas Mavericks lose this series, they're gonna go back to this game.
Yeah.
The OKC only made 7 threes in this game. Dallas Mavericks set their all-time franchise record with blocks. The fact that they shot 7 for 27 from the 3-point line, they're not going to shoot that poorly again. So and you miss all those free throws. Like you said, they shot 52, 53%. The fact that they shot that poorly from the 3-point line in the Dallas Mavericks shot that poorly from the free throw line, and you still wasn't able to win this game. I just feel like moving forward, Dallas Mavericks is just going to be uphill. I'm not saying all the momentum is on OKC, but if there was a game you had to win, this was it.
It kind of reminds me of game 3 of the Pacers where we were winning the whole game and Pacers hit that big 3 with 10 seconds left and the whole series changed. And I think I don't want to say all the momentum went to OKC now going back home, but maybe I overestimated OKC because I thought they were going to win maybe in 5 or 6, but OKC has shown holes in this series. Mavs could definitely win this series, even with a banged up Luka Doncic. So
if Luka and Kyrie just give you 50 plus points a game, this series would have been over in 5.
Yeah. The stars have to show up, The stars have to show up. But shout out PJ Washington going double figures in both games. He's been balling. Yeah, I'm happy to see that. He had 12 rebounds as well. So Mavericks got some work to do in game 5 going on the road now. So we'll see how they do. Let's transition to the NFL. We're always talking the NFL. Love the NFL. And to be honest, we're an NFL show. We cover mostly NFL. Now Wednesday schedule is set to release Wednesday night. As we're recording this, we have some games. And I don't want to say they're leaks because NBC Prime, Sunday Night Football, NBC, they've already released some of the games. So they're not leaks, but how the currently opening week shapes up, we got Thursday night opener, Ravens at the Chiefs. What a fucking game that is. I already took the under 49. We got the Friday night game in Brazil, Packers versus the Eagles. Eagles are technically the home team. That's going to be a banger. We got the debut of Tom Brady in the box. His first game is a 4:25 primetime game. The Cowboys taking on the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. So that's going to be Tom Brady's first game. Monday Night Football, baby. 365 days from when we were there. Now we'll head on to the road to the Bay Area, the Jets and the 49ers, Monday Night Football. And then week 2, the first Thursday night game, we have Bills at Dolphins. So like I said, the full NFL schedule released Wednesday night on ESPN. But so far, we got 4 games on the opening week. And then week 2, we have Thursday Night Football. What are your thoughts on all the games so far?
Well, the Eagles game, that's Eagles Packers. That's going to be amazing.
In Brazil.
I wish, personally, as a fan, that 49ers game would have been in MetLife.
Oh, me too.
That would have been, that would have been great, to make up for last year, we was in the building. And then, shout out Tom getting into the booth. First game, Cowboys.
I love it.
Browns, primetime Fox. It can't be any better than that. And then opening day, dude, I think that's the heavy hitter right there. Chiefs, Ravens in Kansas City.
I love it. And kid, after opening week at home versus the Ravens in week 1, the Chiefs are going to play the Bengals in week 2. Chiefs have back-to-back AFC North opponents to kick off this season. I think they're trying to give these guys a run for their money this year.
That schedule for the Chiefs might be the hardest in the league. I'm telling you right now. Back-to-back champs. They're like, you know what? We got something for you.
Here are the Ravens and the Bengals back-to-back. Good luck. Maybe they'll get the wrinkles out early, but man, it's just I was looking at the it sounds like weird, but I was looking at the schedule and I was like getting hungry, licking my lips. I was like, dude, I can't wait till I dive in.
If Mahomes' first 2 games are that, and then the whole division, that will suck.
Oh my God, the NFL has it out for him then after that.
Like imagine the followed. You're at Vegas, at Denver.
Oh my God, I love it, kid. But yeah, we have some lines real quick. Kansas City opening Thursday Night Football, -3. Over under is at 49. It's already gone down to 47.5. 94% of the handle is on the under. 47% of the bets are on the under. and 43% of the bets are on the Ravens +3. I expect it to get down to 2, maybe 2.5, depending on how preseason and how camp goes and if there's any injuries go. But I took the 49. It's already down 1.5 to 47. And then Friday, I don't even know how to handicap a game in Brazil, if I'm being honest. I got to do some more work. But as of right now, Eagles are short favorites in Brazil. They are technically the home team. They're -1.5. +1.5 for the Green Bay Packers, and 60% of the handle and 55% of the bets are on the Eagles. Handle, I mean money, and the total is 48.5 for the Packers and Eagles. 94% of the handles on the under, and 87% of the bets are on the under as well. So they're looking at a lot of unders the first two games. Any lean, I guess, because like I said, I already touched the 49. I thought Chiefs, Ravens, two good defenses. First night of the football, I think we're gonna get a lower scoring game. So I already took the under. I have one play already.
Yeah, I go Baltimore money line.
Wow, really?
Yeah, straight dog to start the
I
season.
love it.
Give me
I love
Baltimore on
it.
the money line. They'll give me the Eagles -1.5. With all the signings, I'm gonna say Eagles definitely had the best offseason.
That's fair.
I expect the Eagles to come out good. Remember last season, past
Yeah.
2 seasons,
Yeah.
plus what 8-0 2 years ago.
10-0.
10, 11-0. So they should start undefeated at least 5-0. That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them that. So I'm gonna say the Eagles start off hot. They'll see how the season ends. But I say the Eagles start off hot once again. Give me the Eagles -1.5. Dallas, Cleveland. Give me Cleveland. Give me Cleveland on the money line. Another dog. Just because
Really?
a lot of pieces. I got to see how that defense looks. Dan Quinn leaving. I got to see the scheme. Deal. I know. Personnel still intact mostly. You are getting, Trayvon Diggs back at the corner, one of the best, corners in all the football. But I just got to see the scheme, though. So I got to see the defense moving forward. Deshaun's going to be back. We saw how they looked with Joe Flacco. Hopefully Deshaun could bring it to another. Nick Chubb will be back as well. So I'm going to go with Cleveland. That defense is going to, be. And then, Jets are catching 6 still.
Oh, I love it. Too many points. That's a great teaser spot.
A little disrespectful. You tease them up to +12. I'm letting you know right now, people. If you can't do it now, tease Philly.
Wow,
Nah.
6.5.
Tease Baltimore to 8.5. Tease the Jets to +12. Money on me.
Ooh, I like that teaser. We're starting early, kid. I love it. May 15th, we're getting teasers in. I love it. I didn't even look at the Jets. We're catching 6.5. Seems about right.
Over under is at 45.5. Under.
The total seems accurate. Two great defenses. I don't know.
Whoa. One great, one potentially great.
Who? With the 49ers, right?
No. One just came from the Super Bowl. One just came from.
We had a better defense than the 49ers. We just did it. Our offense sucked. That's what it was.
At times, y'all look better. I give you that.
They had a better offense, but I love the matchup though. I think being tested out of the water, amazing on the road too. And Salah returning to San Francisco. Little revenge spot. I love it. I love the Brazil game as well. Should be very interesting. I don't know if I could trust Deshaun Watson. You were talking about that Browns game and the Cowboys. I can't trust the Cowboys either, but I want to see week 1 how Deshaun Watson looks, because if we don't, I'm going right back to fading him.
Nah, we gotta see the preseason too. If he's overthrowing balls still, okay.
Yeah, I love it. I fucking love talking.
At the end
football.
of the day, we know with Nick Chubb, they're a run first team. That
defense 100%.
That defense, Myles Garrett there. Myles Garrett was front row at the game as well. Shout out Myles Garrett. That defense is going to be playing at a high level though. If Deshaun, if he's just slightly, no, I'm not gonna say slightly. If he's like 25% better than he was last year, watch out.
Besides the schedule and some games getting released, we did have some signings as well. Antoine Winfield Jr. is now the highest paid defensive back in NFL history. Him and the Bucks, they reach a 4-year, $84.1 million deal, includes $45 million guaranteed. It's the most ever given to a safety. It's the first time in modern NFL history that a safety has set the mark. I want to break down his year contract. So 2024, this upcoming season, is going to make 24 million fully guaranteed. 2025, 21 million fully guaranteed. 2026, 19.5 million. 2027, 19.6 million. 45 fully guaranteed at a signing is the most for any DB in NFL history. I'm happy for the guy. He deserves it.
Yeah, give credit to him, his agent, getting this deal done. We knew when they, franchise tagged him during the free agency period. We knew they were going to get this deal done eventually.
Yeah.
Glad they got it done now. Does he deserve to be the highest paid? Absolutely. Barring injury, when he's on the field, he's definitely top three. He's definitely top three. Safeties in the game. So
yeah,
I just feel like when Antonio Winfield is on the field, that defense is a top 10 defense. I understand they lost Evan White and everything, but with that front, if healthy, him in the back end, that's a top 10 defense down in Tampa, Bill.
100%. And I also think he's a leader on the field. He calls the plays as well. Like, they look up to Antoine Winfield.
Todd Bowles appreciates that, man.
100%. And you talk about, I agree. And I'll go as far as you. I agree he's the top 3 safety. I think he's the best safety in the league. When on and healthy, I can't really name a better safety outside of him. Right now, the highest paid DBs in the league, he's making $21.25 million. The second is cornerback from Packers, Jair Alexander. He's making $21 million. Denzel Ward, third, he's making $20.1 million. Jalen Ramsey, fourth, making $20 million. And Raven cornerback Marlon Humphreys making $19.5 million. Buccaneers, after a really good season, I think better than a lot of people anticipated, they re-signed a lot of guys. Antoine Winfield, like I just said, 4 years, $84 million. Baker Mayfield, 3 years, $100 million. Mike Evans, 2 years, $41 million. Levante Davis, 1 year, $8.5 million. And up next after this season, an extension for all-pro offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs. He's going to get paid as well. But I'm happy that the Bucs, they have a bunch of really good pieces, and I'm glad they're taking care of their guys.
Yeah, Dale. We understand they took a little long to get Mike Evans' deal done. They made him play last year with not guaranteed deal, but they took care of him on the back end. Chris Godwin as well. He got a deal a few years ago. Overall,
Baker, he got into the
they took care of this. They gave Shaquille Barrett a huge deal a couple years ago as well. So, they've definitely taken care of their guys, Dill, especially the people that was involved during that Super Bowl run.
Are they moving in the right direction, you would say?
Absolutely. They're live for the division.
Wow.
The Saints there, Tampa, Panthers,
I'll get you the odds. I'll get you the odds right now for the division because, I think for the NFC South, it's up to debate. Obviously, Atlanta, they got Kirk Cousins. It kind of moves the needle. So that's why they're favorite to win the division at -120. Bucks second at +290. Saints +340. And Carolina, I think they're a few years away, but they're 14-1.
Oh, yeah. But
is there
Atlanta deserves to be the favorite, but we are talking about the reigning champs in the division, the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Are they live at +290?
Absolutely. To me, Baker Mayfield might be better next season. I understand he did lose his offensive coordinator, but at the end of the day, you got Bruce Arians overseeing things. It wouldn't even shock me if Bruce Arians is, he comes back to the sideline. I wouldn't say call plays, but I'm just saying he's gonna have his pencil and his ideas and things. So
yeah,
I just feel like you got Chris Godwin who's gonna be healthy. Got Mike Evans who honestly had one of his best seasons last year.
Yeah.
You got White, the running back, who's great. You're gonna have a healthy offensive line. Remember getting Jensen back as well, the center. So if healthy, everybody stays healthy. I think Baker Mayfield can either have the same success, if not better, season than he had last year.
I agree. I love the offensive line, and I think pure value play, I think you have to take the Buccaneers to win the NFC South just because I love Kirk Cousins, don't get me wrong, but he is coming off a major Achilles injury, just like Aaron Rodgers, and now going to an Atlanta team that if he gets an injury, I like Michael Penix Jr., but I don't think he could step in right now and
and lead a
deliver.
team to
Yeah.
a division title at that.
So, and like you said, I agree 100%. I think Baker could go in and not just have a replica season of last year. I think he could go in and have a better season than last year as well. So I think just on pure value, plus 290, I even see over $3 at some places. So check around your books, but I think at pure value, I like what I really like what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are doing. They're re-signing their guys. They have faith in them. Just like this other team, the Detroit Lions. They re-signed Jared Goff to a 4-year, $212 million extension, $170 million guaranteed. It's the highest paid Lion in franchise history. Lions have now awarded over $444 million in contract extension this season just off 3 players. Jared Goff, 4 years, $212 million. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 years, $120 million. Penei Sewell, 4 years, $112 million. They re-signed a lot of their guys on defense as well. Not as big contracts, but they're investing a lot of money in the top guys, the quarterback, their best receiver, and their best offensive tackle. You like what they're doing?
Yeah, still, I love what they're doing. It also shows me that they're all in for it, and they're in a
100%.
win now moment. Jared Goff, we understand years ago, but right now he's looking like a borderline top 10 quarterback these past 2 seasons. We got to give him that. I understand. Does he deserve to be the second highest paid quarterback? I'm not going to go that far, but all I'm saying is you can't deny the success he's been having lately. Leading his team to the NFC Championship game. Almost was questionable.
Mhm.
Fourth down attempts from going to a Super Bowl deal. So I think moving forward, especially these next few years, I could honestly say Detroit Tigers, the Detroit Lions have a
One
Super Bowl
day.
window. They have a Super Bowl window,
Yeah,
So I'm
100%.
glad that they get the core pieces extended and signed lovely. That I appreciate. So give credit to the Lions for taking care of their core guys. They also had a great draft as well, Bill. So
Yeah.
we saw the home runs they hit. The linebacker spot last year in second or third round. Trust me, I wouldn't be shocked if they pulled another stud in the second or third round this year as well. So give credit for the Lions for taking care of their guys, and shout out Jared Goff for getting that bag.
Yeah, I'm very happy. They addressed the defense in the draft as well. They got Terrion Allen, the cornerback. They got another cornerback in the draft. That's what they needed to improve on. They have offensive weapons. They don't need offense. They need defense.
They need
That
a
was
secondary.
Yes, like the Eagles, they need a secondary. And that's what they did in the draft. So if these guys pan out, you're right. They're in win mode now. They believe in Jared Goff. Does he? Because I'll say highest paid NFL quarterbacks on a per year basis, Jared Goff is sitting at number 2 behind Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's making $55 million per year. Jared Goff second at 53. Justin Herbert 52.5. Lamar at 52, and then Jalen Hurts at 51. Now, does he deserve to be the second highest paid quarterback?
No.
Objectively, no. Is he a top 10 quarterback? Yeah. And I'm glad he's getting paid because they shipped him away to die up in Detroit. They said, okay, you went out of LA. You think it's better than here. You went to a Super Bowl.
He didn't want out. They just they had their eye on the prize. And they got the
Okay.
prize.
And they got it, but they sent him to die because at the time, Detroit was not a good organization. And now they got their coach. They're building a foundation. And no one, and I mean, I could guarantee you no one in LA media thought Jared Goff was going to get a 4-year, $212 million contract. And I couldn't be happier for him. So I'm all set on Jared Goff. I think he deserves the money. And like you always tell me, based on the market, he's worth this. So just imagine what Patrick Mahomes is going to get, kid. Like
if he wants it.
Yeah.
Because he's going to take I'm not gonna say he's gonna take a team friendly deal. Yeah, is he gonna get a little bump? Absolutely, but I don't see Mahomes demanding, which he deserves, $60 million. You know,
If Mahomes wanted a $500 million contract, he would get that if
and
he wanted it.
and I'll be like, he's underpaid.
Exactly. Me too. I would say he's underpaid as well. But, now there are other quarterbacks looking for new contracts in the offseason. I'll give you 4 names that I thought right off the bat, very interesting, and I want to see what you think. Off the bat, Trevor Lawrence. They picked up his 5th-year option. He's a number 1 overall pick. Hasn't really delivered all that. Now, do I think he'll get paid? Yes, but nowhere near the guys I just mentioned, Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Justin Herbert, and all of them. Next, Dak Prescott. What do they do with Dak? Tua. What do they do with Tua? Can he step up and give Miami the big moment? If not, is he worth it moving forward? And then the 4th one I thought that was very interesting, and he proved a lot in the playoffs and down the stretch, Jordan Love. He's coming up on a contract extension next year, and if he continues and improve, Jordan Love is going to get a contract.
No, absolutely, Dill. One thing I will honestly say for the first 3, I'm going to compare it.
All disappointing, though, if I'm being honest.
Not disappointing, but they just haven't got there yet. That's all. That's all. With the first 3, Tua, Dak, and who was
Tua, Dak, and Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. You gotta pay him. It's like Zion, Dill. It's like Zion Williamson. You can't just let them walk for nothing. If you tell me I'm gonna let Dak walk, but I'm gonna bring in, this guy, or Trey Lance is gonna be this.
Don't make me laugh.
Exactly. You see how you chuckled? I'm dead ass. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
You're either gonna pay the man, or you're gonna be a laughing stock. It's just, you see how you
You made my point. Yeah.
You chuckled, Dill, and I was being dead serious. That's why you pay these guys, because guess what? You're gonna be a laughing stock if you don't. You'd rather be a borderline above average playoff caliber team than just a bottom of the barrel, because Dylan will laugh at you.
Now, I agree. I do think the alternative is not as good if they don't pay him, especially those 3. Now, what if a team, because I also don't think they'll be in a position to draft a quarterback. Example, Shakur Sanders.
They're all solid teams.
Yeah, they're all solid teams.
Picking 17 and up, 16 and up.
What if
injury?
What about Shedeur Sanders? He comes out, could be a top 5 pick, go in, trade into the top 5, and you got your guy. What if Trevor Lawrence isn't it, and they just flop? Because that AFC South kid is a very interesting division. I don't think they're the best team anymore.
And Titans are getting better and better every day.
Titans are getting better every day. Indianapolis is the dark horse of the division. You don't know with Anthony Richardson, and we just saw how good CJ Stroud is and what they're doing. They're in win mode now too with everything that they're doing. So, if Trevor Lawrence has another below average season and they finish 3rd in the division, you have to move on. That is my only pushback. You cannot risk, because I would argue that they're also in win now mode. Doug Peterson, they only hired him for 4 years. You have to win now, and you wasted a number 1 overall pick. You can't blame Urban Meyer anymore. That's my issue.
I'm gonna be honest. I respect your take, because you made good points. I'm not gonna say you didn't. You made good points, but one thing you can say is Trevor Lawrence's don't grow on trees.
I know.
You know what you're gonna get with Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. He won a playoff game. He has came back from a 27-point deficit. He's won the division. We don't know. I believe we can. I think Shedeur is going to be a great quarterback in this league, Dill, but we can't go with what ifs. We got to go with what we know. And what we know is Trevor Lawrence at times is a top 10, borderline definitely a top 15 quarterback, which you want. You want to be above average. And Trevor Lawrence, to me, is way above average.
That's fair. I don't know. I guess out of the 4, I'm not the highest on Trevor Lawrence because of the division. But
out of the four, I could definitely see Trevor Lawrence and Dak Prescott on a different team. I don't know about Tua, just because.
Yeah, I think they love
Tua. That's a great fit.
Yeah.
I think it's just a great fit for Tua. and then with
LaFleur and Love. I think that's a good combo as well.
I think Love is gonna get
Yeah, he's gonna get
maybe
paid.
not 50 something mil. I think he gives
He gets more than Daniel Jones. He'll get like 45 million.
He's gonna get like 45 to 50. I say he gets 5 years, 250, 220 fully guaranteed.
Yeah. Be
50
very
million a year.
interesting to
Yeah.
see, though. Yeah, I thought those
They
four
were giving Aaron
quarterbacks.
Rodgers 50 million a year 4 years ago. So
Yeah, that's a back-to-back MVP in the league, though. I know.
Jared
It's
Goff is on
different.
his way. I don't know if he'll
He
be a
is.
back-to-back MVP, but it wouldn't shock me if he's an MVP in the next 5 years.
Especially if the Lions go and win and get the number 1 seed in the NFC, a very tough NFC. Elvis, though, I do have breaking news. Can I get the music?
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
The Chiefs will travel to San Francisco to take on the 49ers in a Super Bowl rematch Week 7 on Fox. Tom Brady will be on the call, baby. 4:25 Eastern kickoff. I love this. They are giving the Chiefs the gauntlet this season, and I love it.
Back to back. You making our league look. You making our league look like child's play.
No, I think Patrick Mahomes is making he's making it look like high school football.
He kind of is, though. He went back to back. What is this? 2003, 2004?
Who did that?
You know who did that. You see the sign to my left?
Oh, man.
To y'all right?
Are you all in? I never asked you. I know you had to say it because you drafted him. Did you order the jersey? Are you all in on Drake May?
No.
Couple weeks in now. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I can honestly say I feel better than when we drafted Mac Jones. That's 100% truth. Though. Definitely feel better moving forward than I did with Mac Jones.
Okay. I like that. I think he's bigger. I think he has a better arm. I don't know if he'll read defenses as good as Mac Jones, but I do think he's a better prospect. I will say that than Mac Jones. So yeah, I don't dislike that take at all. I think that's very fair. But we could talk about football for hours. Let's get into these plays. A quick word from our sponsor, though. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila. Look at that brand new box in front of Elvis. Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or Elderberry watching the NBA playoffs, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, okay, let's get into these plays. Wednesday, 7 o'clock at TD Garden. Boston up 3-1, looking to close it out. Boston laying 16 at home, plus 16 for the Cavs. Over under is at 205.5. Now, I'm not gonna fall for it, but there are a lot of, I saw an Underdog NBA real quick. They had Chris LeVert as questionable. They had Donovan Mitchell as questionable. They had Jared Allen as questionable as well. They got a lot of guys questionable. So 16. We thought 8.5 was a lot. Are you taking the 16?
Give me the plus 15.5 with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Though we saw him win game 2. I believe Donovan Mitchell will be back in the lineup for game 5. Though we saw them, play their hearts out in game 4 in Cleveland, losing a nail biter by 7-8 points. If Donovan Mitchell's in the lineup and Darius Garland just resembles a little bit what we saw in game 4, if he just gives you 20 points and 6 assists, I give him a shot to at least make it interesting, Dill. I think they could cover respectfully, Dill. I think if the game is out of hand, I think the Celtics will just, take their foot off the gas. 15.5, 16 points is too much. But I do think if Donovan Mitchell is in the lineup, the game will be much closer than this. So give me the plus 15.5. Give me Donovan Mitchell over 27.5 points. Like I said, he's going to give you 30 each game in the series. And if he's on the floor, I don't expect nothing less than that. So give me the over 27.5 still, and give me a bounce back game from Derek White. 5 points, game 4. Not what I expected. I think it was just a roll deal. Maybe he's just not safe in Cleveland. I don't know what it is, but give me the over 13.5. It's a little chalked at minus 128, but I just feel like Derek White is due for a game. He's been balling in Boston all playoff long. I expect him to bounce back though.
We could agree if Donovan Mitchell doesn't end up going, they're losing this game, right? Like they can't win without Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I agree. I think 16 is a little too much. If Donovan Mitchell plays, which I do expect him to thug it out and play, I do think 16 is a little too much. I got a player prop as well. Give me Evan Mobley under 1.5 blocks at minus 140. I'm going to run this back. He's gone under this number in 2 straight games. He's only gone over this number 1 time this series. And I feel like in this series, he's been much more of an offensive player with the absence of Jared Allen in compared to last series against the Magic, where he kind of had to defend a little more. So I'm going to go Evan Mobley under 1.5 blocks. Minus 140, a little chalky, but I'm going to run this one back. Let's go to the next game. 9:30 on the East Coast. Oklahoma City Thunder back home taking on the Dallas Mavericks. OKC laying 4.5 at home, minus 178 on the money line, plus 150 for the Mavericks. Over under is at 213. Okay, what do you like here? We need a bounce back from Kyrie.
Definitely need a bounce back from Kyrie, Dill, but give me the Dallas Mavericks plus the 4 on the road. I expect the Dallas Mavericks to just play better. I expect Kyrie, Luka Doncic to play at a higher level. I expect them to shoot. I expect Kyrie to be a little more aggressive, and I expect Luka just to not shoot 6 or 20 from the field. If he give us, 8 for 20 from the field, that's a little more acceptable, Dill. Maybe they win the game if he shot 8 for 20 instead of 6 or 20. So give me the plus 4 on the road. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the game one bit either. And give me Kyrie Irving over 20.5 points still. Like I said, he's due. He's due. He got to be a little more aggressive. I think for them to win this game outright, he needs to give you at least almost 30. I'm going to say Kyrie needs to give you a almost 30 clip. Luka got to give you at least 25 to 30. I don't know if he's capable of doing it. I know he's going to give you the rebounds. I know he's going to give you the assists. Can PJ Washington give you another 20-point game? That would be interesting. If he does, Kyrie does his thing, Luka does his thing. The Mavericks, possibly close, cruise to a win, but give me the plus 4 on the road.
Yeah, I actually lean OKC here at home. Like we were talking about, after that win and that great fourth quarter to come back and win that game on the road, I think I don't want to say the pendulum has swung all the way to the Thunder side, but they definitely have momentum coming into this game now. Especially, I feel like the confidence is growing because they feel like they could guard Kyrie here. They have a bunch of different bodies they could throw at him as well. Now we know Luka's gonna probably get a triple double again, but I think they can contain Kyrie. So I'm going to lay actually the 4.5. I do think OKC is the right side here at home. I would lean under. Total opened up at 216. It's down 3 points already. 3 of the 4 games have gone under. The only game that went under was game 3, where they scored 227 points. Outside of that, they're barely hitting 200 points in this series. A lot of defense has actually picked up here in the playoffs. So I would lean under. If it gets to around 212, 211, I kind of would stay away. The number you got away from the value at that point, but I would lean under, and I would also take the OKC Thunder. Now, as for Thursday, the only one game, Nuggets and T-Wolves, game 6 at 8:30. No lines yet, but Elvis will definitely have action. You guys can check his action app at Elvis_Acosta. And yeah, Knicks actually have a day off. Thank God. They'll play game 6 on Friday in Indiana. So, yeah, no lines up for any of those games, but make sure you guys go check Elvis's action out a little later in the day, and he'll have plays out for that Nuggets and T-Wolves game. But kid, let's hit the diamond. Like I said, 15 game slate, only 2 games off the board. But outside that, there's a bunch of opportunities we could take advantage of. I'll let you start it off, kid. I got 4 plays, but we'll ping pong it back and forth. What's your first play?
So let's go to early start. I only got 3, so early start. Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Over under sitting at 8. Dill, give me the Baltimore Orioles on the money line minus 122. Dill, I just feel like Baltimore, that's great value. Don't get me wrong, Toronto, they're playing better baseball, but I think for the value at minus 122, Baltimore at home playing a little better right now. I think this is the play to go. Give me minus 120 on the money line, Baltimore.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I got minus 122 as well. That's my first play of the day. They're just a wagon at home, the Orioles, man. 14-9 at home. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Toronto, as good as an offense as they've been kind of lackluster. They have the worst bullpen in the league as well. On the road, 10-13 as an underdog. They are 5-12 straight up. They do not perform well as an underdog. I do like Yusei Kikuchi. Like I said, top 5 name in the MLB, but I just think against this offense who are very aggressive at the plate, I just think this is a bad spot for them. And Cole Irving has been really good. So, give me the Baltimore Orioles as my first play as well. What do you got next?
Still, I'm gonna go to the Boston. My Boston Red Sox taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Still, the over under. I caught 9. It's at 8.5 now. Still, so I'll go with the under 9. I love the area. I still lean the under 8.5 as well, just because our offense been a little lackluster late, and Tampa's offense has just been struggling all season long. The only thing concerned with the over under I have is Tampa's bullpen. You
Yeah.
know, down the stretch, if they have a lead late, I wouldn't be shocked if we walk it off, put a couple runs on them. So I'm taking the under 9. I still like the under 8.5, but just not as much. And I'm gonna take the Red Sox on the money line, Dill. Like I said, Tampa's offense is just trash, and if they do have a lead, I don't trust their bullpen. So give me the Red Sox on the money line. Give me the under 9.
All right. Next game for me, 110 start. Milwaukee Brewers hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. Minus 130 for the Milwaukee Brewers. Plus 120 for the Pirates. Over under is at 8. I'm going to take the Brewers here, minus 130 at home. They have been struggling. I know they've lost 2 in a row right now, 4-6 in their last 10. But at home, they're just a much better ball club. Think they'll turn it around offensively. I still think they have a top 5 offensive line. They're 4th in batting average, 3rd in slugging. They're 3rd in stolen bases. They're 4th in total runs. They're 6th in total hits. They're hitting the ball. It's the pitching. The pitching has kind of regressed a little, but at home against Martin Perez, Pittsburgh, they've kind of regressed to normal as well, come back to earth. Gonna take the Brewers here. I do think they're the better team. I think we're getting a short price. So minus 130, the Brewers, that's gonna be my second play. Okay, what else you got?
My last play of the day is St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Still, over under sitting at 8.5. Give me the Cardinals with Lance Lynn on the mound, Dill.
Wow.
Give me the Cardinals minus 120 on the money line. I just feel like the Cardinals. Don't get me wrong, they're 2 bad teams, but the Cardinals potential is just so much better than the Angels. And don't get me wrong, I understand Lance Lynn, not a people's favorite, but I just like the way he's been pitching so far in that Cardinals uniform. So give me the Cardinals on the money line minus 120 on the road.
Yeah, what a game that is. I do think Lance Lynn, I know we like to make fun of him, but Lance Lynn has actually pitched better this season. Next game for me, we'll take what time? 4:10 Eastern start time in Seattle. Royals coming into town, taking on the Mariners. Alec Marsh going for the Royals. Brandon Wu going for the Mariners. Minus 134 for Seattle. Plus 124 Kansas City. Over under is at 7.5. Low total for a reason. Really 2 good pitchers, but Wu, he only had 1 start. It was really good. Alex Marsh is really good as well, but I'm going to take a shot here with Seattle at home, minus 130. They've really turned things around. They've already had a good bullpen, but now offensively, they're scoring runs. Last 2 games, 6 runs, 8 runs. The other day, they had 8 runs as well. So offense is picking up. When their offense is going, this Mariners team is a tough team to play, especially at home. 14-9 at home. 4 or 5 winners of 4 of their last 5 games. I think we're getting a better number. I like the Royals. I do think they'll come out of that division, but they have kind of come down to earth a little bit. So I agree with the total. I think it'll be a lower scoring game, but I'm going to take Seattle here as my third play. And then my last play of the day, 7:40 Eastern start here on the East Coast. Minnesota Twins hosting the New York Yankees. Marcus Stroman going for the Yankees. and Pablo Lopez going for the Twins. -112 for the Twins, -104 for the Yankees. Over under is at 8. Give me the Twins here at home, kid. I like Marcus Stroman, don't get me wrong, but last 2 starts, he's given up a lot of contact. Walks are high. I think 4 or 5 walks per start his last 2 starts. Do not trust Marcus Stroman right now. I am looking to fade him. And Minnesota is still red hot, 7-3 in their last 10, 4 or 5 of their last 4 winners of 4 of their last 5 games. The only game they lost last is to Toronto, where Toronto, they went head-to-head with them in a shootout. They lost 8-10, but outside of that, 5-1, 11-1, 6-3. They're getting done with defense, and they're scoring runs as well. So I like Minnesota here. They've really developed. They're still one of the hottest teams, and this is basically just a fade on Marcus Stroman. I don't trust him at this point. So going to take the home team, Minnesota Twins. I took all favorites, kid. What could go wrong, right?
What could go wrong, though? But I do like, I kind of lean the Yankees, though. The only question is Stroman, so Pablo Lopez is definitely they're a better starter. But, the Yankees offense, I just wouldn't shock me to hit a few. You saw it. You saw it firsthand. You saw it firsthand.
Any WNBA plays for opening night, kid, you like, or no?
Nah, Dill. The only thing I can honestly say is I looked into it. I'm definitely going to try to watch some games moving forward. Like I said, I'm going to try to have some plays, a couple weeks from now. But one thing I will say is I lean the Sparks plus 5.5 tomorrow, Dill.
I love it. Opening night, Liberty taking on Washington Mystics. Washington ADD is out for the season, so I do think I took them first half. Can they win by double digits? Yes. I think this is a prove it year for the Liberty. It's like kind of like a revenge spot. I took a Liberty in the first half -6. And then, everyone's going to watch Indiana taking on UConn because of Caitlin Clark. I cannot wait to fade her. People are going to watch this game and they're going to be like, holy shit, this girl, Alyssa Thompson, is serious. Yeah, she finished 3rd in the MVP voting. This girl is a possibly MVP contender. I took her over 7.5 assists at -115. I took Connecticut over team total 87.5. I took them -6. Indiana, I know a lot of people are going to watch them because of Caitlin Clark, but they play no defense. And objectively, Caitlin Clark is good, but she plays no defense at all. And that's like I said, I'm being objective here. I'm not even trying to be mean. She doesn't play defense. When you watch her, you're going to play. I love her assists over, I think, over 6.5, 7.5 assists. I took her under her points, 22.5 points on a good defensive team like the Connecticut Sun on the road at Mohegan Sun. All the credit to her. If she goes out there in her first WNBA game on the road and drops over 23 points, she got it. She got it. But I just don't think she's going to do that. I think they're going to lock in on her, and I think they're going to make life a living hell for her in first game.
You think she's going to get the Pat Bev, Lonzo Ball treatment opening day?
What's that? No, I don't. What's that?
You remember that? Remember Lonzo's Ball first game?
No diddy.
Remember Lonzo's Ball first game in the NBA? You don't remember that? You didn't watch it?
No, I probably watched it. I don't remember. What did Pat Bev not leave his side for the whole game?
Bro, Pat Bev, I think Lonzo had like 4 points.
Yeah.
Count it.
And let's not forget.
And then after the game, Pat Bev walked over to Lamar and said, "That's for you."
Oh my God,
to
his father.
I'm telling you,
but let's not forget Triple B's. I'm the man. Like, when's he coming back?
No comment.
I'm asking you because you're the biggest Triple B fan.
Shout out Triple B's, but no comment.
Would you wear his sneakers?
Absolutely.
Would you pay $500 though for? No comment.
You know,
we're gonna end on that because that's your answer.
Real quick for our live listeners, I got some plays for tonight. Real quick, Pacers next game start at 8. Give me the Pacers on the money line, Dale. I'm sorry, plus 114 on the money line. Give me Josh Hart over 12.5 rebounds. He's
getting 20 tonight.
He might. All jokes aside, he's rested. He only played about 28 minutes in game 4. People, he had a bad game 5, game 4. I expect Josh Hart to bounce back. Give me over 12.5 rebounds. And then Denver tonight. I think they seize control. I think the champs are back. Give me Denver minus 4.5 at home. Drop down to 4. I love the 4 even more. and give me Michael Porter Jr. over 15.5 points. I understand he hasn't been the same offensively as he was against the Lakers in that series still, but I expect him to at least have a better game at home. I'm not saying 25, 20 plus. All I'm saying is over 15.5.
I love it, kid. Besides the Pacer one, I do love it. Good luck, kid. Good luck tonight. Good luck on Thursday. That is going to do it for this Wednesday edition of the Dream Wager. You guys go follow along our social media, X and Instagram at the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself. You guys can find all of our episodes if you miss one wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, the whole 9 yards. So do all the whatever you guys need to do. Subscribe, rate, review, leave in the comments who you'll be betting on. Leave in the comments if you like the schedule as well. I can't wait to dive into the full schedule next episode. But all that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone, good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well. We'll see you guys now. Let's go, Knicks!